Joining me to discuss it further is Ahunna Eziakonwa, the United Nations Development Program Regional Director. Thank you. The session is just over, as I mentioned. What have you taken out of that opening session and what the leaders at that podium were saying?
Yeah, actually a lot was said in that room and a lot of substance, but actually two things stuck with me. One is the commitment and readiness of Africa to lead on this issue of blue economy and using it to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. The second one, and we heard this from the President of Kenya, who is hosting this conference, but also the President of Seychelles. The second one is that this isn't just another ism that the whole world is drawn into to get busy around, but that this is actually about life. It's about our lives. And we heard this from President Museveni, the President of Uganda, and that we need to make the human story the center of everything that we're doing on the blue economy.
So what do you think, what impacts do you think this conference will have? It is the first conference you're having.
Well, the fact that it's the first one, first of all, I think it opens up doors for all partners to come together and begin talking about it, but also begin connecting on the things that matter. For instance, the fact that we have the production side of the blue economy, but also the conservation side. And the world has realized that in order to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, but also to end poverty once and for all, that land-based economy is not sufficient, and that we need to enable the blue economy to do more, but also to preserve and conserve it for the future.
And when it comes to conserving and preserving these ecosystems, obviously funding comes to mind. So is this conference also going to be talking about that funding, pledges, contributions, things like that?
Yes, there will be commitments by most of the participants here, the governments, but also some of the other partners who are here. And in the end, there will be a Nairobi statement of intent, which will contain most of these commitments. And those will be, some of them will be pledges. But I think eventually also it may be good to set up a Blue Economy Trust Fund to enable countries that want to go forward with this actually to deal with the governance aspects of the blue economy.
Okay, thank you very much. That's the Regional Director of the United Nations Development Program. Like I mentioned, the opening session of this conference is over. It's a conference that's going to go on till Wednesday. Now the delegates are going to go into closed-door meetings to discuss these very important issues of conservation, of harnessing the blue economy. And at the end of it all, they're going to come up with sort of a framework to be able to deal on how to deal with these conservation issues, to be able to address these problems, degradation of ecosystems, how can that be sorted, and also how to harness this blue economy so that the billions of people who depend on these water bodies are able to benefit fully.
Catherine, thank you for that. Catherine Soy reporting there live from Nairobi, Kenya.